Yeah. Well, I think it's right, because it looks like I've got a viewer on there. Brucey boy! Happy birthday! How are we doing, Bruce? Are you alright? Happy birthday! We thought we'd have a little surprise for you. And here's this little surprise. And there's some people logging in. There's people around the world. Now you remember Hippo, New Zealand, and the people in Australia. They're going to log in, and those that can't, we're going to video it, and then we're going to let them watch it later on. So you alright? You're all good. Then just turn that off.
Do you want to wear it closer?
Yeah, bring old Brucey boy in. And, yeah. What I was going to do is that's perfect. A Monday, absolutely perfect. So Bruce, we want to look just bring it back a little bit so we're both in consider. We've got a few things to talk to you about, things that you'll remember from years ago. And what I thought I'd do you remember that television programme, This Is Your Life? That Eamon Andrews, whatever his name is. I thought we'd do a few like a little bit of history of your army career and life. But first, there's some big thank yous that we need to make. And especially to Lou. Are you going to come into the picture, Lou?
Yes.
So, okay. So, we want to say a big thanks to Lou for getting things set up with the home and all the rest of it. And in a minute, I'm going to introduce the guy from 3 Medical Regiment based across the road in Preston, Scott Rutherford, and also mention his RSM as well, which is really good. So, where we are, we're here. And we're in Southport, right on the seafront, in the nursing home where Bruce lives. But what I thought I'd want to do is I want to share with you a few bits of history, if you like, about Bruce's army career, because I was there the day that Bruce joined the army, and Bruce served a little bit longer than I did, obviously. But we literally joined the army as little kids, and Bruce left as a major. And let me just show you this little board that's been put together there by Lou's daughter, which is absolutely fantastic, and it shows various stages of Bruce's handsome career, if I must say so myself. Bruce always was the most handsome man in the group. Before we kick in though, and I go through this, I'd like to introduce, if I may, Sergeant Scott Rutherford from 3rd Medical Regiment in Preston, who, let me tell you a little bit about what Scott did, and this to me shows military family and things that people do. So up until today, I didn't know Scott from Adam, Scott doesn't know me, Scott doesn't know Bruce, and Bruce doesn't know Scott that I'm aware of. But on one of our little posts on Facebook, which went out on various RAMC sites, Scott saw the post and reacted immediately, made contact and asked a couple of questions. Oh, who's this Bruce guy? I said we're wishing Bruce a happy birthday and we're going to get up and see the old bugger, and here we are. So Scott asked a few questions, again a bit of information about Bruce and what Bruce used to do in the army as he went through the ranks to major. And Scott said, well, why don't we then, as a unit, so 3 Med Reg in Preston, which is rather spooky, there's a bit of a tenuous link because Bruce is actually from Preston, and that's where 3 Med Reg are based. And so Scott got in touch with his RSM, who again I've never met, and so a big thank you to Dean Crichton, the Regimental Sergeant Major at 3 Med Reg across in Preston, who said go for it. And so that's what we did, and here we are today in the home. Now, I think to kick off, what we'd like to do as part of the thank you, the MedReg have got a little presentation for Bruce, which we'll give now, and we'll help. Do we need some help him to open that? Yeah, and we'll help you to open that. So, Bruce, this is from all of the officers and other ranks, and over to you.
So, obviously, hearing that you are part of the REMC family, because once you're REMC, you always are REMC. Okay, we wanted to just put a little something together for you as a little gift from us to you on your birthday. Okay, this is from officers in all ranks from 3 medical regiments.
You start, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. So, Bruce, I'll help you open this. If it's good, I'm having it. I'll leave you the paper.
It's a repurposed box, so it's not what's in the box.
Yeah. So let's get this close to Brucey boy. Oh, make sure we keep that. That tells us who it's from. So from 3 Med Reg, in your hometown of Preston, Brucey. And it goes for key. And this is for Brucey boy, a nice little beautifully wrapped gift. Now, interestingly enough, look, there's 2 boxes in here. Do you want to explain the tie, if you could, while I open this other box?
So the tie is a regimental tie. So you see the colours differ slightly to the core tie that we have. But this is a 3 medical regiment tie.
Thank you very much. And here, let's make sure this gets in the picture, is a wonderful, absolutely beautifully made 3 medical regiment plaque. And that's for you, look, Bruce. 3 Med Reg. That can go on your wall in your room, and then next time you get your visitors, you look nice and smart, you'll be able to wear that tie as well. And that's a nice thing, eh? Thank you. Seriously, that's
very welcome.
You're a star, man. Thank you, and to all of your guys and girls in your 3 Med Reg, thank you from all of us here. What I was going to do very briefly now, I don't want to harp on too much, is there's a couple of other little books that we've arranged. So. This book, plug out for Brian. Look, so Brian and Wood, holder of the Military Cross. What he's done, his book Double Cross was made into that famous telly program Danny Boy. You might have seen that. But we've got a signed copy to Major Retired Bruce Duncan. Happy birthday, Bruce! And then that's signed there, and that's the Keep Attacking brand that you will see everywhere. And so, Brian, thank you so much for that. That's the book there. And then we've also got another book that's been sent up, which is really nice, actually. So I know you love reading, and we've got a book arriving probably in the next few days from a guy, Captain Retired Pete Starling. He used to run the museum. You probably remember him, Bruce. And he's written a book all about the VCs, all of the Victoria Crosses that the Royal Army Medical Corps have got, and we've got a nice signed copy of that, and that's coming up to you very soon. So can I tell a couple of quick things about Bruce's history and the services? I think it's really important because Bruce had a great army career, and for the people watching now, you can see the numbers on there. Thank you, and for those that watch later. Bruce joined the army as a very fresh-faced. I'll show you the picture in a minute. You didn't look old enough to be in the army when you first joined. You only looked 6, and that was on the 7th of September 1982. We both joined on the same day, and we went down to Keogh Barracks. Bruce went down on the train from Preston, and was really amazed because he'd left Preston, then he suddenly found indoor toilets, electricity, all those things that they'd been deprived of as a kid growing up in Preston, and then suddenly to have all this bright lights and you flick a switch and the electric comes on. Wow, that was amazing. And then after that, but we did 2 years in apprentice college, and during that time we used to play a lot of basketball together. And both Bruce and I went on to play core level basketball, which was really good. But Bruce was a brilliant sportsman. So not only core level basketball, core level cricket, very, very good footballer, and an all-round, proper sportsman. And I hate to admit it, he was actually quite a smart soldier and a good soldier at the same time. Yeah, he was smart. So we then went into Army Environment Health. So we both became drain sniffers, and we went into Army Environment Health in 1984. And then our sort of paths started to separate slightly. Bruce went off to Cyprus, I went off to Germany, and we came back again a year later for our training courses. And then Bruce decided to have a career change and went off and joined the Adjutant General Corps for a while. And then Bruce came up with a brilliant idea. Wherever there was the best posting in the world, I'll have it, thank you very much. And so from Cyprus to Shape, Mönchengladbach, ended up in Belgrade at the embassy in Belgrade. Some really high profile, really, really good posting, which Bruce excelled at. So in the AGC, Bruce was a clerk, Shiny Arse pen pusher, we used to call him, but it's true though, isn't it? And he did really, really well, and worked his way through the ranks. And then back end in the late 90s, Bruce was at the Belgrade embassy with working with Colonel John Crossland. Remember John very, very well, and the details of which remain secret to this day, but they were involved in something that resulted in them being awarded gallantry medals. And so the Queen, Bruce, was recommended by Colonel Crossland to get the Queen's Commendation for Bravery, no small feat in itself, and to be recommended by a guy like John Crossland, who was one of the senior officers of the Parachute Regiment in the Falklands War, who went on to do serious Special Forces operations and some brilliant work as a key literally a Special Forces soldier. To be recommended for a bravery medal by a man of that stature is quite something. And it's on Bruce's medal rack there, and something that Bruce is justifiably proud of. So yeah, that brings us full circle. Then Bruce eventually left the army as a major. Yeah, Major Duncan. And he's had an illustrious career. And what I'm particularly chuffed about today is see Bruce here. He's got, there's a mantra of two mantras worth mentioning actually. Well, one that I've taken from Brian Wood from his book, and it's keep attacking. It doesn't matter whatever goes wrong, whatever life throws at you, you work your way through it and you keep attacking. And Bruce has that mentality. And we all get stuff thrown at us. Life's not always easy, but you do the best you can, and that's what Bruce does. So that's great. And how good to see him here on his 56th birthday. He looks about 20 now. He looked 6 when he joined the army. He's now 56. He looks about 20. So for those of you who are watching now, thank you. And thanks to everybody here in home, everyone from 3 MedReg and all those who send cards and books that are arriving, and the messages of goodwill that will follow this as well. Because not everyone can log in now. There's time zone implications as well. Good friends of Bruce's, worthy of noting here, who may or may not be watching now. We've got Hippo in New Zealand, we've got Stevie Walger, and many others, Jim Mackland, and others in Australia. Then we've got Stevie Hallam in Thailand, and there's people spread all around. Stevie Hallam, yeah, he'll either be watching now, or he still owes you a fiver, doesn't he? Forgot about that. Sorry, Steve. You can send it to me and I'll make sure he gets it, don't worry. So yeah, so all those names that we've known literally since we were little kids are still out there, and I think importantly in closing, people still care. Everyone loves Bruce when he was in the army. I've never met anybody with a bad word to say about Bruce in my entire life. A true gentleman, an all-round good egg, and if I do say so myself, I taught him well at basketball, and he even learned to play basketball pretty well. Thanks everyone, see you later.
Thank you, that's brilliant. That was lovely.
That's ended.
Duncan.